Imagine you're on your job. You have the exact same responsibilities as your coworkers. You are held to the same amount of accountability, and you do the exact same work. But at the end of the day, your coworker gets paid, but you don't. Sounds unfair, doesn't it? Well, this is a sad reality for students all across the country who have to go through unpaid internships in order to graduate. My name is Jade Holburn, and today I'll be trying to convince you why paid internships are better than unpaid internships. And some of you might be sitting there saying, Jada, why do you care? You must have to take an internship. And to answer that question, yes, I do. This fall, I'll be having to do an unpaid internship and then going through unpaid residency in the spring. Now, like most students, I am faced with the responsibility of trying to stay afloat while still getting my education to better myself. So let's look at what's up with this unpaid versus paid internship business. So let's start with the fact that unpaid internships aren't beneficial for both the business and the students, and unpaid internships can negatively affect students and cause them unnecessary amounts of stress. And lastly, unpaid internships simply aren't fair to everyone that is involved. So let's first start off with how unpaid internships aren't beneficial to the company and the students. Matt of Under 30 CEO on November 11, 2013 stated that the reason why he pays his interns is because unpaid internships are just looking for free labor. They're not trying to help the students or teach them anything. While on Matt's side of the end, he's basically saying that when you have a paid internship, the students are learning something. Let's look at how it's beneficial for the students. So when you're at a paid internship, students are more likely to put in more effort and time into learning what they need to be learning to do what they need to do. But if they're not getting paid, not only are they not benefiting from it, but the company isn't either. So do you see how it goes hand in hand, how paid internships are both beneficial for the company and the student? Well, if you're still a little confused, I have some percentages here based on internships and job offers. So as you see here, students who didn't have a job internship whatsoever had a 35.2% chance of getting a job, while students who did unpaid internships had a 37% chance of getting a job. But look here at this last one. Students who went through paid internships had a 63.1% chance of getting a job. So what we just learned from those percentages is that when you go through a paid internship, you have a better percentage and likelihood of getting a job offer. So again, not only is the student benefiting, but so is the company. Because once that student has a job at your company, they're most likely going to go to future interns and tell them, this is a good company, you get paid here at this company. Not only that, they'll probably offer you a job. See how it's beneficial? So now that we see how the benefits roll in, let's look at how unpaid internships are stressful on students. See, Megan Kapik in 2017 of their International Undergraduate Journal stated that some students simply cannot afford to not make money. So let's look at what that means. When you have an unpaid internship, students are struggling to afford to live, to do what they need to do. And on top of that, if they are still doing that unpaid internship, they begin to struggle and try to work 3 to 4 jobs while still putting their all into an unpaid internship. How is that fair? How is that good for the student when the student can't afford to live, when they can't afford to do anything but go to work and work and work while working somewhere where they aren't getting paid? So it isn't fair, is it? So now let's look at how unpaid internships aren't fair to all those who are involved. See, Sadie Heckoff of New School Free Press back in October 23rd, 2019 stated that unpaid internships most of the time cancel out students who come from low socioeconomic backgrounds. So basically what Sadie is saying is that people who come from poor backgrounds aren't really, we're not gonna say they're not allowed to go to the unpaid internships, but they can't literally afford them. So we go back to what Megan stated, where she says they cannot afford to not make money. So who can do these unpaid internships? Only those who have parents who can afford to pay for them and still pay for their livelihood. So is that fair to all those who are involved? No, it isn't. So now that we have learned all the benefits of a paid internship, how it doesn't cause stress for the students, and how it's fair to all those involved, I hope that companies all across the country take a step back, definitely those who are doing unpaid internships, and realize that unpaid internships are the modern day slavery and they're not fair whatsoever.